Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. I just need to say this somewhere sometimes when I know I'm alone and don't have to pretend anymore. I just curl up in a corner or my bed, listen to sad music and cry. When I'm there crying, all I want is for someone to find me and hold me tight. Kinda pathetic, I know. Thanks for letting me vent this. Edit. I just wanted to thank all of you for your kind words. When I wrote this, I was feeling so alone in how I felt. Your replies mean more to me than I'm able to put into words. I hope every one of you have an amazing day, evening. End of story. Next story. As a non-native speaker of English, it took me 10 years to realize that checkmate isn't about Australians handing me checks. End of story. Next story. If a confession is too long, I won't read it. Euro make this short so you Euro read it. Okay, Euro done. Fuck off. End of story. Next story. Not a confession but an issue with the sub. Please don't remove mods. I confess that I am no longer interested in this sub because half of the posts on this subreddit are not confessions. They are humble brags. People are posting how they have brought Reddit coins or getting some karma, and these posts are exploding. Can we just stick to confessions, guys? Edit. It's now a confession. End of story. Next story. I thought Tom Cruise and Ted Cruz were the same person until a couple years ago. I thought that the Texas senator was the same person as the creepy Scientologist who was also in the closet. I have felt too embarrassed to rehash this until now. End of story. Next story. I hide in the bathroom at my job to kill time until I have to clock out. Like right now. 16 more minutes. End of story. Next story. I love Reddit in real life. I am a loser who has no real friends. But on Reddit, I am accepted for who I am and what I stand for. I don't post or comment much, but seeing people have the same sense of humor as me really makes me happy. I just want to thank everyone that uses Reddit to help make people like me happy. Otherwise IDK where I would be. I'm not sure if this belongs on this sub, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. End of story. Next story. I fired a pregnant woman and I feel bad about it. She already had a couple of work-related strikes before this incident, but I was willing to overlook them and keep her on board. But a few days ago she calls in sick, which basically throws the office into chaos. I'm understanding though, and I tell her to get some rest. She is pregnant after all. We managed to miraculously get things back on track at the office. When the next day rolls around, the woman in question comes into work looking like $1 million. I thought it was a little odd that she didn't look sick at all. But I just chalked it up to maybe being some pregnancy-related thing that only lasted a day. So everything seems fine until another of my employees asks to talk to me in my office. She shows me the pregnant woman's Facebook page and I see what really happened. She wasn't sick at all. She was attending a bachelorette party. Like I said before, this was far from her first strike. And I come to the decision that it's time to let her go. So I call her in and deliver the bad news. That's when she breaks down crying. She says that she needs the money from this job to pay her rent. And that she has no form of support. The father of her child is not in the picture and her parents live in another state. It's a really sad state of affairs and I wanted to give her another chance, but I knew I couldn't budge. She had betrayed my trust and made her co-workers suffer for it. So I told her that I was sorry, but there was nothing I could do. She sat in my office weeping and pleading with me to keep her on for the next hour. And several times I almost gave in. Eventually she gathered her things and left. I feel really bad about this. As an employer I know it was the right move. But as a human I feel like trash. End of story. Next story. I.F. was molested from ages 5 to 11 by my own brother. There was nothing I could do to stop it. Any attempt was met with a threat of violence to me or my pets. I even told my parents. I think they didn't know what to do, or maybe they didn't care. Maybe they only cared about their reputation. Or were too worried about CPS coming and taking him away. They fucked up and failed us both. If you are a parent, listen and pay attention to your fucking kids. Don't let them suffer, or don't have them at all. My brother forced me to give him oral. He preformed it on me also. He made me French kiss him. He would dry hump me till he came on my back. He told me I was hot, and told me he'd tell his friends I was cool. I still don't know what that was supposed to mean. He would take money out of my piggy bank when he was done. I have a lot of memories of playing on my N64 in the basement. He'd come down, lock the doors and have his way with me. My parents put him in charge as a babysitter a lot, so it was perfect for him. He is the spawn of Satan. Not only the molestation. He used to traumatize the rest of the family with how defiant and evil he was. My parents were useless. And couldn't do anything to control him. He was his own boss and everyone else was just a worthless pawn in his world. I lived in fear every day as a kid. I was always worried he was going to kill someone or himself. He threatened to and was violent. After he stopped molesting me, he just bullied me until I was 16. Called me ugly. Made fun of hobbies. My friends. The way I dressed. He treated me like I was the scum of the earth, and honestly I believed it. I've retreated so far into myself I don't know who I am. I felt like I had to hide everything about myself because I'm afraid of other people. I'm almost 27 now. My life has been shit and I think a lot of it is due to how I suffered as a kid. It really fucked up my brain. I have panic disorder and many other things wrong with me due to the abuse. It ruined my self-esteem. I actually thought for a while maybe I should just be a prostitute and it was all I could be good for. I have an unhealthy obsession with porn since I was a child. I didn't even bother in school. I was too busy trying to survive my home life to care about anything else. I missed out on a lot due to being in a survival state of mind. I've never been able to break out of that mindset and really trust others or be comfortable in my own skin. I loathed myself. Still do. Don't even get me started on my parents. *edit. I didn't think it would be necessary to include race, but since people are talking about it, I am half black and half white. I was adopted into a white family. I don't believe that any of these things happened to me because of them being white. I think some people just make a lot of mistakes. This could happen to anyone of any race. Sorry if I have offended anyone. Another edit. Hey everyone. Thanks for taking the time to read and comment on my story. I'm writing this with tears of joy. Thank you. Thank you for being kind to me. It's really helped me realize that none of this is my fault and that I am worthy of a good life. I will continue trekking on in hopes of completely overcoming this and finding happiness. I've had a small burning flame of hope inside of me since I was a child, and I know it will be a roaring fire one day. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.